Hey guys, welcome back to Shadow Street. Um, Obviously I'm not my regular surroundings. If you can tell, there's a house behind me. I am no longer in Butler right now. Right now I'm at my grandma's house and grandpa's house. So you're going to be hearing birds and natural surroundings in this video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about one, live I haven't been posting, and two, just some updates on my life. I know I only have 18 subscribers at this time, but I just need to talk to somebody about this stuff that isn't really family and is going through it themselves. So I'm just going to talk to you guys about it. So, if you guys didn't notice, I haven't been posting. My plan was to do an MRE series and then post it after I already made it. I haven't even finished it, and I started like at least a month ago. Now, this is because of a lot that has been happening in my life. I'll start at the very beginning of when my life kind of started going in a tornado. So, at the beginning, nothing was really wrong. I just had a few doctor's appointments because I couldn't swallow my pills anymore. If you guys didn't know, I do take pills and medicine because I have acid reflux disease, which is everybody can get acid reflux, but it is actually me always having acid reflux, and I cannot get rid of it. And my acid pills will reduce the acid in my stomach so that I don't actually have acid reflux anymore. But technically I still have it, and I can actually react in it if I don't take my medicine. Now that that's said, I had to go to the doctor because I couldn't take my pills anymore because they wouldn't fit down my throat. So we set up a doctor's appointment for me to go and get a kind of an x-ray. It's what I'm pretty sure the hospital calls I don't remember exactly. But basically you have to take this liquid, swallow it, and they watch you swallow it down your throat and see what's going on. Now, at the end, I had to take a pill. He said it was I asked, I'm like, how big of a pill? I can't even take my allergy medicine, which is around this big, and I couldn't even take it. And they're like, it's small. And for those of you who have taken Tums before, which is about this big and round, it was that big. One, I was shocked, and two, I had to still take it. So it got stuck. They said that they're pretty sure it was my scar tissue. When I was younger, they had to take apart my esophagus, which is the tube in your throat that helps you eat and swallow, and they had to reattach it. Scar tissue doesn't grow, and it had scar tissue, so they thought, okay, so we have to just expand your scar tissue. They made a schedule, and what they were going to do is take a balloon, an inflated balloon, put it through my throat, and then blow it up. Now, of course, I'm not talking about a bomb, but like inflating the balloon, and that would slowly stretch my scar tissue back to its normal size. So that was scheduled. Now, with that aside, we're going to get into the next problem that I had. Now, that was just a small problem, and I already broke my streak of not going to a hospital anymore by having a spike in my lungs. By that, I had to go to the hospital to check my lungs. But so my record was already broken. I wasn't that bad about going to the hospital. And I had to go to children's hospitals for that. Anywho, back to my next problem. Sorry if you hear people around and birds. I can't stop that. But now I'm just gonna start it as a story. One day it was a normal school day, honestly. Came back from school. I had some things happen that I was proud to tell my mom about. I don't even remember. I don't know. Maybe got an A on my test. I'm not sure. But I came back, and my mom usually picks me up from our bus stop because it's like a third of a mile walk home. It's not that long, but still, it's nice to get picked up sometimes. So she came, picked me up, but the unusual thing was CJ was in the car too. CJ's usually not in the car unless he had a therapy appointment, and it was right before she picked me up. But CJ had a book bag in the car, so I knew it wasn't a therapy appointment. I was really weirded out by this time, and my mom had this weird look on her face and talked a little bit different. Now, last time she did this, she delivered bad news when she came home from our grandma's house, and guess what? Our grandma was dead, so I was, at this point, nervous, because I'm like, she has bad news and she can't hide it. So I'm like, what's wrong? She didn't say anything. We went on a conversation, and later on, we didn't even drive home at this point. About 5 minutes later, she said, me and my boyfriend broke up. And if you guys didn't know, we lived with my mom's boyfriend. And that means we have to move out of our house and into a different house. So me and my brother are now living at our dad's house right now. But we were staying at my mom's boyfriend's house until school was over because he was nice enough to let us stay that long. And he took it really well. So, and I'm not going to say any names because I am going to respect everybody in this situation. But, so, we basically were moving out of our house as fast as possible. So, at the end of the school year, we were gone. We were out. Now, during all this, me and my mom kind of basically forgot about my throat surgery coming up. And with all the stress of packing up the house as fast as possible and trying to get it over to my dad's house, we kind of just like thought that as first priority. We're like, we already know it's going to happen. It's fine. It's not even going to hurt that bad after. So we were just packing up. And then my throat surgery came. I stayed home from school. We knew it was coming. We went to the hospital. I got it done. Of course, doctors weren't the best. Well, the doctors were awesome, but they thought it was. One of them didn't think it was necessary because they looked at the video and my scar tissue was fine. So they're like, "You're gonna be fine. I don't even think we're gonna have to do the surgery." But then when I got back, I heard a whole story. But like, first, this is all I know. I came back from the surgery. Everything was well. They let me go, but I was not the best at that time because they were trying to help me stand at that point because the stuff that they put me on, I had to take, I think they put an IV on me this time, and it was stuff to make me fall asleep for the surgery, and then that stuff basically, yes, I was awake, but didn't really wear off, so I couldn't really walk very well. So they had to take me down to a wheelchair, into my car, obviously. At that point, I was happy, a little slap happy from the medicine. So I'm telling you this because I had to get this explained to me twice because of the medicine. But, so I was in the car, all happy, talking to my friends on the phone, saying, hey, I'm out, all that. They were saying if I was okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Everything's normal. I can now swallow medicine, eat food. Only it was that easy. So on top of the moving, my mom gave me this weird look and said the whole story. So apparently, the doctors kept her waiting for an hour after the board said I was out of surgery. At this point, she didn't know what happened to me. So where she was, I think, was the cafeteria or the waiting room. And there's this big board, and it has people's name on it, and it says in or out of surgery. Mine said out about when she expected, but no nurse ever came to get her. No doctor, no nurse ever came to get her. Until an hour later, then they finally took her to me and explained that it was not my scar tissue. My scar tissue was perfectly fine. I can eat out my scar tissue perfectly fine. But it was further down my esophagus. Apparently my acid reflux got so bad for me not being able to take my medicine from it, like, closing, that my acid went up my throat and down my throat so many times that it made my throat shrink. They used an adult-sized camera and they couldn't get it down. They ended up using their smallest little camera. Oh, right, they have to use a camera before the balloon. But the smallest little camera to go down my throat to get through to see how small of a balloon they needed and see what's wrong. So they ended up needing to grab a 8mm balloon. They used that first, and it was fine. They blew it up. Then they used a 9mm, and the 9mm ripped my throat. It wasn't the full way through, like, oh no, I have a huge rip, and if I drink any liquid, it will go all through my body. No, it was just enough to, like, yes, it was pretty bad of a rip, because there's blood in my stomach the day after because of the rip and the blood going down, which cannot hurt me, but well, let me rephrase that, which cannot kill me, but will make me in a lot of pain. So I'm like, okay, so what's my throat gonna be like? Then I heard the really bad news. Apparently, I have to do the procedure another time, 4 months to 6 months later. They'll call us to make another appointment. Now, at this time, right now, I'm about to actually go into the hospital a few days later from me posting this video. Right now, when I'm making this video, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, I have to go back into the hospital and do this again. But, I lost weight. And do it again. I'm like, that's okay. But the problem is if this one won't work and I have to go do it again. And if that isn't the end of everything, I have to get a major surgery for my throat to make sure that I can eat and drink properly. And this was in the middle. I just found this out like a week, 1 to 2 weeks away from school ending. And literally, if that was 1 to 2 weeks from school ending, all I'm worried about is getting numbers from school, making sure all my friends know I'm leaving, because I'm moving to one school to a totally different school because I was moving in with my dad. My dad has a different area near him, so I literally had to make new friends at a new school on the first day. So that was just amazing already. Okay, so it was 2 weeks before the last day of school. And so I'm already stressed about me not going to be in the same school, stressed about moving. And then at the same time, now you add it on to stressed about if my throat's going to be okay. Now, for right now, the moving just went away. I'm officially moved into my dad's house. So now we have these two left, right? These two left, right? So now I have worrying about my friends and worrying about not moving, my throat. My throat's probably going to last a lot longer than this one, but I'm just a little stressed right now about my throat, and that's really it. I've been having good stomatification and everything, but that's basically why I haven't been posting my videos. My health is definitely more important than YouTube, but I do wish I could be doing YouTube at the same time, and I will be trying. But if my videos start coming out a little slow, it's because of my throat, and I will be keeping updates on my throat on my YouTube channel. But in 6 days, I have to go and do this all over again. And I'll wake up to either good or bad news again. OMG. And my friends didn't even know how serious my throat was going to be until I had to tell them all this. Like, nobody expected this to happen. So, My throat's my main priority, and I'm gonna be not posting as many videos. I know that was like a very lengthy, wordy video. Even though it was only around 16 minutes, it's gonna be a hard video to watch because of how much I talk. But just remember, guys, keep following the shadows, they'll lead you to the light, and have a great day. Bye. Guys, I almost forgot. I want to give a huge shout out to a new YouTuber, the Handicapped Traveler. I will, of course, want to give you a link to his channel, but right now he does not have any videos out. But please watch out for his videos to be coming, because he's going to be doing a lot of traveling. He's going to start at a few parks. He's going to do parks, museums, zoos, walk around them, tell you how good certain places are for handicapped people and how bad some places are for handicapped people. And he's going to just be doing great things for people that might need to know if they can go somewhere, like if they're handicapped. He is, of course, a handicapped person himself because he's a handicapped traveler. I will be in his first video holding the camera, but I do still want you guys to check him out. As soon as his videos come out, subscribe, turn on the notifications, like his videos. And of course, this is no pressure. Even if you don't like the type of videos he's making, please at least check it out to make sure you don't like it for yourself. Alright, guys, but actually, have a great day. Bye.